Yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning teams. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Just stay turned like I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Minnesota Vikings. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
We did a lot for the wins. Came in a drop on the 10. Now we on top once again. Yeah. I had to tighten the plan. Yeah, I got it right in the end. Now we on top once again. I don't want it if it ain't love. If it ain't, get it away from me. Who you gon' jack if it ain't us? LABB to the bakery. Some mad that I came up. I know my granny gon' pray for me. It was just us in the vacancy. We had to get it from A to B. Wheels never felt like this. 2 seats in the hills, how I feel righteous. Blue sheets for the mills, but the deal priceless. New keys can't care what's still private. I might just double it up. Did it? Never enough, I'm with it. 5, 2, 3 on the business. Whole team got wins and the world still spinning. I told them what I told them. We did a lot for the wins. Came in a drop on the 10. Now we on top.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tennessee Titans and the Minnesota Vikings. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
And some room to roam now. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And the final tally, as told by Next Gen Stats, he hit 21.5 miles per hour. Whoa. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Now it's Hines. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
On third down, it's Hines. He's going to be marked down very close to the first down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a fourth and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on fourth and goal from the 1. They'll run. It's Drake. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Kenyon Drake, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Titans have taken a first quarter lead. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee.
It's the score, Titans 7, Vikings nothing.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Now Damian Williams to return it. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
First and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
This is it! This is it!
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start first and 10. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
At the 34-yard line.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. A first down throw for Winston. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. The second down throw for Winston. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. They'll throw again. Winston. Got a man. It's Tanyan complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. The tackle made there by Jarrad Davis.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. This is Jones. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
He was brought down by
2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. On 3rd down, Winston. Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You got to let...
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Titans. Robbie Anderson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans get the quick strike touchdown. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Williams to return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Winston. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
For a Minnesota Vikings. 1st and 10 at the
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
The score, Titans 14. Vikings nothing.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher, 3rd and 6. From the gun, Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Eli Apple. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. For Jameis Winston, boy, an NFL record 7 pick-sixes thrown last year, part of his 30-interception season, and he throws another wayward ball here that's returned the distance. Extra point up and good by Folk, and it's now 21-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Five-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Taylor. Looking downfield for Godwin. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Jones, off play action, steps away. He's got it at the 15. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
The Titans were number 1 in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage last year, 77%. It's 1st and goal. Off the play fake. Jones flushed out right. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Robbie Anderson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Titans 28, Vikings nothing.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Williams now on the return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough...
He's got a man, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On the jet sweep, this is Beasley. And he stopped immediately there. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
From midfield now, here's Taylor. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Taylor on 3rd down, throws incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
They'll try and throw for it with Taylor. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Taylor will throw again. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Third and long, it's Taylor. Forced out to his left. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
19 yards.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Off play action. Jones. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Off the play fake. Jones out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Daniel Jones, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And this Titans offense continues to pour it on.
The kick is good.
And his kick is good.
The score, Titans 35, Vikings nothing.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. On the return, Williams. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
1st and 10 at the 30.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
But number 1, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this 2nd one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
Williams to return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. KJ Hamler returning it. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return. The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Hines. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now Jones, off the play fake, sliding out of the pocket, and he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Jones now, off play action, rolling to his right, and now he's going to use his legs. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here's Jones, throwing on first down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Off play action. Jones. Buying time to his left. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Off the play fake. Jones. Found his target. It's Anderson. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up second and goal at the Vikings' 8-yard line.
They run again with Hines. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Jones going to throw on third and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on fourth and goal. Operating from the gun, Jones. Eluding the pressure right. He may try hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're not able to convert on fourth down.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Now, we had the fumble last week. Now, here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play. And maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there for Minnesota. 58 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And Jones with a first down carry, and he's going to wind up losing a couple as he's stopped behind the line.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl. Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Taylor now to throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They're going on 4th down. It's Taylor. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Now Jones. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off play action. Jones. They'll roll him out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Lavonte David. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
21-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. This game is all but over after that last 4th down stop. The only question left, will they play conservative and run the clock or try to pour some salt in the wound? Try to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro Stephon Gilmore. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from...
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Aaron Jones, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. And he's got it up and through.
Makes the score Titans 42, Vikings 14.
And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Jones now on first down, escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. From the gun, Jones. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. The Titans were number 1 in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage last year, 77%. It's first and goal. Throwing, Jones. Oh, and Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by the All-Pro Stephon Gilmore. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, we've seen him target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And that pick 6 a moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a 3-possession 4th quarter lead. Here's Jones throwing after the interception. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. After the interception, here's Taylor. Steps away to his left. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Now Taylor on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Dancing to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Jason McCourty. There he goes right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Nick Folk for the...
Oh, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick sixes from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick sixes in a game? You want to leave them out there so they can work through some of the rough stuff.
Williams now on the return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Being chased out left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Robert Tonyan was the one he was looking for, and that'll make it third down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Fourth down, here's Taylor. And now here is another interception. Jonathan Abram picks it, and they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Titans were number 1 in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage last year, 77%. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Hines. Giants. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And Taylor's throw there should have been intercepted, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Chris Godwin, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Off the play fake, here's Taylor. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Taylor now throwing on 4th down. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. Jones off the play fake. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
21-yard line.
Off the play fake. Jones. And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense because they've been thoroughly dominated so far, but a brief bright spot there with that pick 6.
Seemingly coming up for air after being dominated as you described. They get a nice play there. Probably not going to change the balance of this game, but they have to feel a little bit better about themselves after that one.
And the kick is good, but obviously it won't matter. As they're going to go down in defeat here, this one's over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown.